But shooting some shit.
Shooting the shit. Bro, you look mad skinny because the screen. You see it?
It's cutting out.
You're kind of thin there.
Good.
I think that we sometimes can get too sensitive as far as, you know, what we deem what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate.
I think they go too far with the animation though. Those are just
Yeah.
you know, created. They're just fake creations. I mean,
Yeah, like real talk. Like I said, everyone wants representation in the things that they watch and enjoy. That's why I love and I appreciate that Black Panther was such a cultural impact, because for the longest, you know, the superhero movies were whitewashed as far as the leading characters being white by design. That's, you know, these comics came out in a very racist time, so, you know, thankfully you had champions of equality like um the great Stan Lee, who, you know, a lot of his storylines and comics reflected on the social commentary of his time. And that's why you have characters like the X-Men, who are stand-ins for, you know, for black people and all the racism that they did face. Now, I can understand the need and the feel for representation, to feel like you're part of this like greater picture. You know, how many kids sat down and watched Black Panther and felt like, wow, you know, that is a superhero who looks like me. That's awesome.
Oh
I
yeah,
told,
they're like, this is their man. This is like
yeah,
their ultimate superhero right there. I mean,
and that's
like
he's
fine.
actually a cool one.
like
That's
I
fine.
love,
I don't mind that. But
yeah,
like I
Yes.
feel like the animation though is ridiculous. Like now somebody can't voice another person, even though they're doing like many voices. But what if it's just that
It's,
one person? Now that person
you know
lost
what
their
it
job
is.
because they can't just speak into a microphone and act
You know what it is, man.
as
It
another
runs the
character, as
lines.
an actor.
It runs that line of sensitivity that Hollywood has been breaking into the last few years, and it has a lot to do with the people. It has a lot to do with just what's going on in the world, and there's a lot of racism going on in the world. And you know what it is? It's hitting everywhere, and that's the problem. And it's making things difficult in Hollywood because now you can't say anything. Everything is sensitive, you know, and it's now everything is race, gender. This it's like the whole world has become a very sensitive place because we've had a lot of big racist problems recently.
it's yeah, you're right. It's definitely it's a cycle that kind of repeats itself because, you know, the racism has always been there. Now a lot more people are just, you know, they're talking about it, they're bringing it to light, and I, you know, understand that. Like for Big Mouth, for instance, you know, they had to recast the actress, the voice actor, to do this character, and now you're giving a new you're giving someone else, you know, someone of color, this chance to voice someone, which is, you know, it's awesome for them. Really, you know, it's good, but at the same time, you got to kind of just step back and kind of say, like, is it okay if we keep on going this route? Like, because if you become too sensitive, you know, does that mean that you're going to end up becoming too weak and everything's going to offend you? It's comedy walks a very thin line.
Yeah,
It's edgy. You
especially
know,
now.
it's sometimes comedy is supposed to make you think, but it is supposed to make you laugh. It brings joy, and you know, when these voice actors are portraying almost like caricatures of, you know, these different people that are, you know, who are fake. And if you're going to sit there and start dissecting that, it's like, all right, like, where does it end?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But it's
listen, all I know
stereotyping it.
is
I just feel
it's
yeah, and I
it,
just I don't know, like
we're
I get
growing
it.
up.
I get it for the representation, but
Yeah,
You
like
know
I
what?
feel like they went a little too far with the
But you
whole
know what?
animation thing because these are
If you
just
really
fake
look at it though,
characters.
guys, we're coming from two different generations. We're looking at things now and we're looking at things when we grew up. As growing up, and you know, you guys, we all weren't this sensitive. None of us are this sensitive. We rag on each other all the time. But you know what it is? Because we know each other and we're friends. But growing up, we're not sensitive to it because we grew up with it. But now it's like today's generation changed the game.
You're right. We did grow up in a different generation. We all kind of look young. We're not exactly millennials. What do we call zennials? We're in that.
I don't know, guys. I'm almost hitting 40. I don't know about you.
Same thing. We're all about to hit 40. So we're in that. We're not millennials. We're that zennial kind of age, and we're all from New York. And like Mike said, like we grew up ragging on each other. Like me, I didn't know the difference between like certain races because where I grew up was very diverse. Historically, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans do not get along, which is it's so stupid to me. I didn't know that until I was told in my teens, like, oh, you're not supposed to like that person because they're Dominican. I was like, why? They're
Exactly.
they're
Any of
Latino
that.
like me.
Any of that
you're
for
a
any
boat ride
type
away.
of ethnicity, anything
You're an
is
hour
stupid
away
for
from each
me
other.
because
You're like
I get along with everybody.
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
like, listen, they eat rice and beans like me.
It
Their mother
yo,
attached them with chunkless like my mother did. Like, it was I didn't care. Like
people
first
are
of all,
people. That's it. That's all I cared about was just what's up.
yeah,
Hey, how's it going? We're friends. Okay, and that's it. Like
yeah.
yeah,
you
Me
don't
and
like
me and
me,
Aunt
then
growing up,
fine.
man. Me
But
and Aunt
I'm
growing
not
up,
like
we hung me and Aunt hung out with everybody. We hung out with everyone, and it didn't matter because as long as they were cool, that's what mattered. Because as long as they were cool people, they were good people. That's what we hung out with. Okay, there were some people that were really odd. There were some people that were shitty, but race was
we,
never an issue.
we just didn't
You know what I
associate.
mean?
Yeah, it was just that person's a dick and this one's not. So
Yeah.
that's it.
but yeah, I mean, it's crazy that Hollywood has gotten so sensitive now, and like I said, like we were all on board for representation, but at the same time, just don't. I don't know, just don't be such so sensitive about everything. If this guy wanted to continue voicing Apu, let him. You know, don't make such a big deal of it. Bring it to their attention and let Fox decide what they want to do with the character.
After 30 years,
30 years now it's an
really,
issue.
really.
Because like you know
I
what it
don't
is?
know.
It's just like that. You know what it is? But racism is that growing factor that is always there. Never go away. But
Unfortunately,
it's now hitting our entertainment. And that's really getting to the place where we used to have a medium where we can go to entertainment and not worry about these things and just laugh and have a good time and enjoy what we love watching. Now you're gonna throw what's real life into TV more than the reality show. You know what I mean? By now trying to change everybody's race because you want to be ethically correct. Okay, I understand. But like this, come on. It's a television show. It's a cartoon, especially. But anyway, yeah,
But
let's
yeah,
not
I
get that
mean,
far.
it is what it is. I am super happy that the Eternals have a super diverse cast. So
very diverse. Yeah,
very
That's
diverse.
good.
there's a huge cast too.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Fine, bring on Black Superman, but also give Henry Cavill his second movie that he deserves.
I
I
know.
mean, he's not bad. I don't think he's a bad Superman.
He's
I don't have,
not, and
I have a problem with him.
he's hardcore for it. He wants to.
Talking about Henry Cavill, there was a
Witcher.
recent project that he was tied to that just got announced.
Really? Was it
Yeah.
announced or rumored?
Or maybe rumored video game.
He was on the set getting his hair done for The Witcher.
Mass Effect. That's what I'm talking about.
He had a script, and the script was blurry, and he put out like
the
a little
internet,
he put
and
out a little tease, and somebody on the internet used some program and sharpened the script, and there were all like words and sentences that would
Now,
be in a Mass Effect game.
I am a big Mass Effect fan.
And he's a big gamer too.
I played all the games. I read the novels. I even have an autographed novel signed by the author who penned the first game and the first book, the first few books. He did a bunch of Star Wars books. His name is David. I'm not Dave. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name. It's like it starts with a K. It's crazy. Like his name sounds like the sound of a bottle squishing.
I'll put it up.
Yeah. I'm a big Mass Effect fan. I think Henry Cavill did an excellent job on The Witcher. And if he's gonna be,
Watched it? You saw it?
yo, Witcher was dope.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people had issues with it. I loved it. I love the storytelling of it. So if he is a nerd for this stuff.
Yep.
So if he wants to do it, man, yo, I'm on board.
He's gonna go
You know,
from like one video game movie to another.
Okay, man.
Henry Cavill,
He's not a bad
our
actor.
Lord and Savior.
He's not a
Hey,
bad actor.
he's
It's
getting
okay.
money, right?
You know.
Yeah.
He's getting the role. At least he's doing something, you know. WB is like,
And-
hey, you want to play this guy 2 times and then throw you to the side, like.
And that's the thing. I definitely think he deserves a second shot at Superman. I really hope that with the Justice
He had
League
like 4 shots.
coming
Though.
out. All right, but
Well, the
if
3 shots, and one of them was supposed to be the cameo in Shazam, and scheduling reasons he couldn't make it. Not that he didn't want to. And the rumors are out there like, oh, because he didn't do that cameo, he's out now as Superman. They don't want him.
You know, what's going on with that Shazam series? That looks like a
No.
joke.
The what?
That whole Shazam thing looks like a joke.
What's Shazam
Like-
thing?
The Shazam movie and all that stuff. That character looks like a joke.
you got to realize that. Well, is it Billy Batson? What's his name?
Yeah.
He's a kid.
I know it's based off a kid. I know he's like his character is like a kid. He's like a big kid with superpowers. I know. I know what
So-
Shazam is, but
Alright,
I'm just saying.
I'm just
it's
saying, like,
corny.
all right, so you got to realize that it was,
That was their
in my opinion,
lighthearted movie to throw.
yeah, it was
in there.
lighthearted. It was kind of Disney. It was kind of DC's kind of way of toning down
Very
the
bright.
darkness.
Yeah.
Bright.
I liked it. I thought it was a funny movie. It had a lot of good moments.
Easter eggs,
I'm
little
looking forward.
nods.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a sequel. I would like
They're
to see
making it, no? I thought they were. I
Yeah.
thought they were in the works.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
yet, but it's got a title. Yeah.
hopes.
It's Shazam 2, or Shazam Fury of the Gods.
What's going
thought-
on with Black Adam though?
That's still going. They're still doing casting too.
Okay.
Oh,
it's-
The Rock.
I
That
think
looks.
that's, I think that's
that's
supposed
great.
to film
He's
like I
also
think
a kid, no?
spring.
Doesn't Black? No, Black Adam's not a kid.
oh,
I'm not a kid. That's like a straight dude that gets that power, right?
I think so, yeah.
it's the same
never
character,
really-
I think. It would like, unlike Shazam, I don't believe the power is ever locked away and goes into another person. I think he was just locked away himself. So he's, it's going to be him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like his character is like a little. The storyline's a little different, right? Same power set,
Same power
but
set.
just like similar. Actually, I don't think it's fully the same. I think actually he's more powerful, isn't he? Black
They're
Adam?
gonna dive into the JSA, the Justice
Really?
Society of America, in Black Adam, because that's where
Listen.
they casted Hawkman. I think Vertigo or Tornado or something. Some act. I don't know. It's a
Yeah, they have
character.
some-
She's green. She has red hair. I think they're gonna bring in Dr. Fate.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one. It's like a Doctor
Yeah.
Strange in the DC world. So with a helmet.
So I think they're gonna throw in a couple of that those characters from JSA and do the Atom Smasher.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Listen, I hope that between this Justice League movie and what James Gunn is doing, it's gonna bring that life back to the DC universe.
I hope
I hope-
so. I hope so.
Because-
There's so much potential. It's got the same. It's got almost
Listen.
the same potential as Marvel. I mean, they have so
Listen,
many
you guys know-
characters.
I
There's
can
no
see
secret,
James
I'm-
Gunn revitalizing it.
Yeah, like there's no
I
secret
think
that I'm a
it'll work.
Marvel bitch. Like I love Marvel. I'm diehard Marvel fan, and when it comes to DC, I'm not there as much. But ultimately, my thought process is any comic book movie that's good, it's good for the overall general public of comic book movies, That's
Yes.
what I'm there for. So I don't
It
care
gives
if
it
it's
a chance
DC.
to be better.
Yeah, I don't care if it's Image. I don't care if it's Marvel. If it's a good comic book movie, then the general populace is going to say, "Oh, well, another cool comic book movie." I don't think it's going to be oversaturated with the amount of movies coming out. So yeah, like I really do hope that DC kind of gets back on track.
I want to see DC do like Marvel's doing phases. I want to see them. I want to see these characters. Listen. I'm in between both of you guys. I mean, I know Anthony's also, but I I liked both comics. I was always into the Batmans and Supermans, but I was always into Captain America's, Iron Man. I was into everything. I got a little bit of everything. Granted, I'm more of the popular characters on DC than the not as popular characters, but I want to see because there's so much potential. They have so many comics. They have and they're dark, which I don't mind dark comic book heroes.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that it doesn't have to be dark all the time. I get it, but I don't mind that like realistic dark aspect of it, where
Yes.
things are bleak sometimes, and and you're dealing with interdimensional beings and, space aliens and shit's gonna get fucked up sometimes. I get it, but I like the dark aspect of it. Not everything is always bright and sunny, and I know it's working for Marvel with their movies, and that's awesome. So then let
That's
DC be
the key
DC. Let
about,
them just do what they do, come up with
and
a
that's
story.
why I like the
They have
HBO.
comics. Yeah, they have comics. They have animated movies that have already been done. Take aspects of those, merge them in, make it live action. You have
And
source
I like the
material.
fact that HBO has taken on DC because DC is a little more on the violent side as far as maybe a little more blood or a little more,
Titans,
killing. You know what I mean? Like,
Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn
I
adult
finished Doom
animated
Patrol.
series.
I finished Doom Patrol 2 seasons.
Maybe the rumor is that they're gonna work on Swamp Thing and
Yeah,
bring in
do that.
Constantine.
Do Constant Times. The
and
Constant Times.
and make a Justice League Dark.
They should. I agree with that. I
So
agree with that.
it's
Those
all like
I would
leading in.
go.
And they're doing a Gotham PD spin-off of the Batman. They're doing Peacemaker show spin-off of Suicide Squad. So they're in the works of doing stuff. Justice League, and hopefully if it goes good, then they'll greenlight it.
I want to see Swamp Thing used again because that corny, that horrible old movie. I mean, it was
The series was good though, and it got canceled after one season.
Yeah, like I heard, like the new series that came out, I heard it was actually very good, and at the time it was the best DC series they had going out, and it got canceled.
It was part of the DC universe with Titans and all of them, and Swamp Thing came out, and they did their one season, but I think it was like misread paperwork or something like that financially, where they were filming, and they had to cut it from 13 episodes down to 10, and then just cut the series. And now they're
I
gonna
actually
reboot
like that character. Not for nothing.
Watch the first season though. Watch that one season. It's good. And they
What's
put
it
it
on?
on. They put it on CW, so I'm surprised.
Oh, okay.
So one thing, a few things. I think that at this point in time, superhero movies cannot be aired on regular TV. It has to be on a premium channel. So I'm talking about HBO Max, Disney Plus, something with a bigger production value.
Yeah.
I've always, as a kid, like I used to get those toys, man. Like I loved the Swamp Thing. I used to I didn't watch the series because I heard it bombed. I didn't think I didn't hear anything good. You guys are the first ones.
You remember the old Swamp Thing toy? I think like the hand would come out.
Yeah, I think like extended.
Oh my god! Like I had that.
Man, that was my. I had that. I was playing with that with everything. I had that guy going after everybody.
Yo, like I would have him like swing around and like tie people up and like throw them all over the place.
Right? Like that character. Oh, one of my favorite characters. But I never did him justice, man. Like I don't know.
Watch that DC Universe one though. It's good. They did pretty good.
I mean, you're the first people to say. You're the first two guys that say that was a good series. But all right, I'll check it out.
Well,
I never anything good about that.
It was a one and done, and that was it. The new one, not the old one.
It sucks. Like
that old movie was horrible, but
well, yeah. I mean, look how old it is. It's I mean, it was pretty good for back in the day, but I mean,
real quick, like because Superman has a new show that came out, right?
Yeah, Superman and Lois, and it's filmed like cinematically too, so it's got the bars.
But I heard because of the production value in there, though, they had to cancel Supergirl. Was it?
Supergirl was already ending.
It was already ending? Okay. So I'm just spreading rumors here. But yeah, like I heard like the production value on that is kind of crazy. But is it the same Superman that was on those shows?
Yep.
That's cool.
They just spun it off with him, and they had Crisis on Infinite Earths. So during that crisis was kind of like a little tease, a nod to what was to come with him.
Okay. Now,
Did you see
do
Crisis
you?
on Infinite Earths?
No, I don't watch. I never watch those DC
Dude,
shows, bro.
just watch that arc. Just watch
Don't,
those episodes. They're all on
don't
Netflix.
make me on Netflix.
No, dude, they're because they have all the shows.
Okay.
So it's five episodes.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I can do.
It's 5 episodes. They're all like 40 minutes long, whatever. So, but
Okay.
it really it wasn't bad, man. It was actually pretty good.
I just hope that because they already did like these stories that it doesn't affect future projects.
But that's the thing though. That's what made it happen. Was that? That's why they're thinking about introducing the CW characters cameoing into the movies.
If they did that, that would be dope because you have an established history and everything. So go ahead and do that.
You've acknowledged the multiverse.
Yeah.
It's been acknowledged on the show.
All right. Well, this multiverse has got to go.
The green screen's gonna fall back and land on my wife who's sleeping.
Oh, damn. All right, fellas.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Later.
And then